Hey folks, welcome back. It's Business here. I've got a hell of a match for you today. This is the B hull of the Omaha Tier 5 United States Navy cruiser. Definitely one of my favorite ships in the game at the moment. I love this setup. It's, I've mentioned it before. It has a lot of offensive capabilities. It can manage its own against some air. It does have the fighter as well, which surprisingly has come in handy a few times via spotting and AA defense. So we're on fault line, and we have a bit of a disadvantage here. My crew here, God of War and Kamikaze Samurai, let me first put a disclaimer out there. God of War is in the Furutaka, so there's not much you can do about that. And Kami is in a Juho, which is the Tier 5 Japanese carrier. We also have a Langley on our team, but the enemy team has 2 Bogues, and if you know anything about carriers, that's not a good setup for us. They were debating on whether or not to just keep their planes and let us try to, I don't know, maybe get the carriers knocked out. And by the way, you could see how it just started to look like crap here, and now it looks great. That's sweet effects being toggled on and off, so right now it's on. You can obviously go back and forth with that at your leisure, but sweet effects looks so much better. It really clears up the image. It's a lot less muddled. But so here at sea we have our first contact. I got pretty lucky here. My Kuma here, my teammate, he did not receive as much luck as I did, because I didn't really get focused here at all. And this could have been a completely different match if that were the case. But you can see me just rolling into this Furutaka with my armor piercing. It has decent armor, but when you have your side exposed like that, it's just not going to matter very much. So he gets knocked out. And there's a St. Louis here, which I'm not going to mess with. I decided to turn back, try to use my range a little bit to my advantage. However, my teammate here in the Phoenix, he has other plans, so still getting harassed a little bit by that destroyer, and he makes my life a little bit more difficult later. But I get forced into an odd position here where I have to, obviously keep going, because otherwise I would run into the torpedoes, and sure as hell don't want that to happen. But it's very easy to run out of room to maneuver here at sea on this map, even as a cruiser. And you are seeing that, right? He's going full speed backwards. I guess that's easier than turning around. I have no idea, but yeah, kind of. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny. But you'll see in the chat there too. This guy just died in his Minakaze. Apparently it's his second game in a row where he died due to detonation, and he knows nothing about the detonation flag to prevent that from happening. The only thing you run that on, or at least I've run it on, is my destroyers to make sure that I don't get knocked out without being able to do some sort of potential damage to the team. But kind of unfortunate for him. I hope he found it, because that really sucks to get that detonation achievement 2 games in a row. But either way, so Phoenix here, he got the St. Louis, so bravo to him. He sacrifices himself, however, because the destroyer is coming in and he's laying down his torpedo spread. I'm not gonna lie, I sort of underestimated the reload speed on this, and you'll see why in a second. I was thinking he launched them a hell of a lot sooner for some reason, and so it didn't connect in my mind, and it was almost a really bad mistake, a fatal mistake. But anyways, we're down a few ships. We're down 100 points. And you'll see here in a moment, their team is pretty much all grouped up. So, start laying in the power against this this little guy. So, and he just launched his torpedoes, and I really didn't think anything of it. I'm not entirely sure why, but perhaps a bit of tunnel vision on my part. See the enemy Bogue, one of them, over there. He's heavily damaged. And I'm like, oh, yay, the torpedoes. I'm going to dodge them. Nope. And if I just started that turn, a second earlier, I would have been able to split those torps. But, yeah, I was just an idiot. So, luckily it wasn't any worse than it was. But, so you see between A and B there, they have the majority of their team. And they're pushing just right down across the map. They're definitely going after our carriers. The best thing about this, however, is the fact that they stuck together. And you'll see what I mean, but they have Phoenixes that are escorting their slow battleships. They have New Yorks and a New York and a pair of Wyomings, I believe. And because they're slow, and I guess because they wanted to stick with them, it actually gave us a good chance to do something, and it prolonged the match enough to be able to allow us to, stay in it and then overcome the situation. But trying to figure out a plan of attack here, I'm not sure what my ally here, God of War, is thinking. I think he wants to engage the guys in the middle. I decide to go after the carriers because without our carriers being able to do something, this match is lost. And so long as those fighters are still around, we're pretty much screwed. So it's just a matter of time here before I spot the Bogue that I originally spotted, and boom, there he is. And the last two videos I've uploaded, you've seen me take down a couple of these Bogues. I love these targets. They're very generous with their damage, and they're really, really easy to kill. So I look forward to meeting as many Bogues as I possibly can in this type of situation where they're not sending their planes towards me. But I start to reposition. This point, I know from the conversation after the game, God of War here was having a hell of a time trying to get any damage done. The cannons were just overpenning left and right. I don't know if he switched over to HE at all, but I'm pretty sure he was going for the more heavily armored ships, such as the St. Louis and the battleships. Let me just say, I don't believe in kill stealing, and that's not because of what I do here, but because consider the game mode. It's domination. I mean, you are playing against the clock as much as you are the enemy team. Every second matters, every point matters, and that helped us. So it's okay if I only did, 900 damage or something like that to the St. Louis, but so long as he's dead, that's the only thing that matters. We're down 54 points at the moment. We still only have 2 caps to their 1, and I believe we are even on the number of ships. So they still have 1 Bogue, and we still have our Langley and our Juho. So I'm starting to come around here. I was thinking of shooting the gap there, but I wanted to pull around a little bit more, and then look at that, another Bogue. And yeah, I just savor these moments, but I really want to get into this situation with my Cleveland, actually. I would love to see how fast I can whittle these guys down, but almost had a scenario like that, was it yesterday, but the match ended before we could take the carriers out. But you can see he's taken citadels and really respectable damage from HE, so got a nice little hit streak going here too. But as you can see, we're still down 100 points. He sent his dive bombers at me, and boom. So now the skies are clear for our carriers to be able to get back into the fight and help us out. You could see the carrier in the bottom right there, our Juho. He's trying to keep as much distance as he can from the enemy here as they start to push him into, you know, a place where he can't maneuver, let alone really defend himself. There's really no escape for him. And in this respect, I'm actually really glad he didn't go into sea, because I don't think this would have turned out as well as it did. But so I'm sitting on, I think it's 5 kills at the moment, and they have some damaged ships, so that's good. We're within striking distance, and I was considering going A here, but I decided to back up my teammates because I didn't want to let this get out of control. And now with the carriers out of action, you know, we had a good chance of, you know, coming back and doing something. But at the same time, I mean, it could be a couple 100-point swing really fast if we lose both of our carriers. So it's just, again, playing against the clock and the situation here at the moment. But so you can see my positioning. I think you already understand what I'm trying to do here. Get closer to the one I have targeted on the right, while opening up on the other one and setting him aflame. And I don't know the scenario there with God of War again. I don't know his health or anything. I didn't even check. This guy just needed to die as fast as possible, so make sure we didn't lose any further position in the match, of course. But he's got a couple fires raging, doing some decent damage. You know, I mean, doesn't seem like much, but 1, 2, 3,000 points of damage here and there. On top of the fires, it can mean all the difference. So, and this guy's just walking right into my torp setup, and at this point, I honestly figured it was the end of the match for me. So I have the torp selected. I'm ready to fire them the second I can, and I thought his guns were trained on me, but lucky me, they weren't. They're still trained at the my friendly battleship, so definitely lucked out there. Definitely, certainly not gonna lie. And I know I shouldn't be aiming at the belt here. I should be aiming more at the superstructure. And again, because I thought I'd be dead anyways, I decided to launch the rest of my torps just to absolutely make sure that this guy wasn't gonna live. And well, he doesn't. Booyah. So that's pretty awesome. Up to 7 kills now. And again, playing the positioning game, working the angle. This New York, he has, it's an interesting angle. I'm not entirely sure if he decided to, if he wanted to do this at the last moment or what, but I'm pretty sure those torpedoes there influenced his decision to move in. And again, I know I lucked out here. You know, he's trying to bring his turrets around to bear down on me, and 4,100 damage from, you know, 7 hits. That's pretty damn good. And that's the difference, I think, with the hitting the superstructure versus the belt. You're definitely, it seems like you're able to do more damage with HE. But anyways, just firing off that salvo. I totally expected him to hit my tail there and knock me out of the match. Again, he shoots for the battleship behind me, so cool. I'm okay with that. Now we get the long, painful wait to see what happens with the torpedoes. I thought I really screwed that up, but luckily he was hit by one of the airdrop torpedoes, and it's enough to cause some flooding, and kill number 8. And here we go. I'm like, can I do it? Can I set a personal record for kills in the match? And he's maneuvering out of the way for the airdrop torpedoes. But it doesn't matter, because he's dead. 9 kills in a freaking Omaha. So, holy crap, that's the most I've ever done in a match. First time above 8. You see my base experience there, 2,700. Only 3 people on our team got kills. That's insane. And there's the damage. It was, I think, around 150,000. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys out there next time. Take care.